Good morning, class. Welcome in. Well, we have finished up our small business unit. We're still finalizing our projects, but we've gotten through sections 1, 2, and 3 there. So now we're going to move into competition. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the different forms of competition. We're going to take a look at this particular competition today being perfect competition, and that will be our theme moving forward. There will also be 3 sections with this chapter. Okay, so let's get started and let's talk competition. So what is competition? So again, competition occurs when 2 or more companies compete against one another to convince consumers to buy their products or services. An advantage to this in the market is that it gives consumers choice. It gives us a ton of options. That's the nice thing about having this free market is you can choose from a different cereal brand. You can choose from a different type of ice cream. You have all these options at your disposal. Also, having multiple suppliers of a product, what does it do? Drives down the price. So if you have a lot of competition, it actually does some good things, okay? Now, there is what we call market structure. All right, businesses are characterized by the amount of competition that they face. This is known as market structure. There are 4 basic market structures. Okay, the first of which is called perfect competition, which we'll talk about in depth today. There's also monopolistic competition, oligopoly, and monopoly. Yep, just like the board game. We'll talk about that in just a moment. All businesses are affected by competition as long as other businesses produce similar goods or services. Now, with perfect competition, a market situation in which there are several buyers and sellers and no single buyer or seller can affect price is known as perfect competition. There are 5 conditions that need to be met for the competition to be perfect. Okay, 1, needs to have a large market. 2, nearly identical products. 3, easy entry and exit. 4, easily obtainable information. And 5, independence. So the large market, again, you have to have numerous buyers and sellers to exist for this particular product. A nearly identical product, the goods that are being sold must nearly be the same. And we see this a lot with agriculture. We see it a lot with our farming. Strawberries, apples, potatoes, all these things are pretty much the same. So it's a nearly identical product. We also have easy entry and exit. Okay, sellers cannot prevent competition. Initial costs are small and the good is easy to produce. So people can get in, people can get out. We also want to have easily obtainable information. So this is information about prices, quality, and sources of supply. They should be easy to find. Okay, so your farm, your market that is looking at things that involve perfect competition, there should be tons of information that is totally available. And then independence, okay? The possibility of buyers and sellers working to control the price is almost non-existent. All right? There's no control over price. Why? Because when we have these conditions that are met, no single seller or buyer controls the price. Price is therefore determined by supply and demand. In perfect competition, the market price is the equilibrium price, which we've talked about. If someone were to attempt and charge a higher price, it would not affect the market price because of an oversaturated market. You just couldn't do it. Okay? Now, a good example of this is our agriculture. Okay? The agricultural market is probably the best example for perfect competition. Not a single wheat farmer can dictate wheat prices. Okay? Simple enough. These are met by supply and demand. If wheat is sold at $6 a bushel, no farmer will have success at selling it above or below that price. So if you're a farmer and you see that your neighbor is selling $6 a bushel, you might want to just stick with that as well. You're not going to have success if you try to sell it for $10. You're not going to have success if you try to sell it for $1. Okay, so it's set by equilibrium prices. Wheat remains inelastic because if prices were to rise or fall, the demand for wheat does not change. There's still a demand for wheat, a need for bread. Okay? Now, benefits to society. What does this bring to the table? Intense competition drives prices down. Okay? The price that consumers pay for products under perfect competition is a correct signal above the value of those products in the society. Perfect competition allows for economic efficiency. All right? Society benefits from allocation of all productive resources. So, again, the more competition we have, the better it is for the overall economy. Okay? We're going to start taking a look at monopolistic competition. We'll take a look at oligopolies and monopolies in our next discussion. But with this, again, there's not going to be a journal log per se. We're going to have activities. So we're going to have an activity that's going to be associated with this as you start taking a look at kind of our classic rivalries, some classic competitors. And I'll have some questions about that. And you guys will take a look, and that will be what we focus on for this unit. Okay? All right, thanks a lot, folks. Take care of yourselves, and have a great day. Bye.